Starting off with a bit of Bollywood today. Have you watched the movie Three Idiots? If you have, do you remember Virus or Dr. Viru Sahasrabuddhe and his fascinating ability to write two letters with both his hands simultaneously? I was amazed by the scriptwriter's imagination and thought no more of it. But in Singrauli, Madhya Pradesh, there is a school which teaches all its students this same ability to write with both hands simultaneously. This is India's only ambidextrous school started by a former army soldier, said to be inspired by India's first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who had the same awe inspiring ability. There are many fascinating stories from this area, which is rich in minerals and biodiversity. The answer to my question also lies here. I had asked which place was referred to as the Switzerland of India by India's first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And the answer, quite surprisingly for some, is Sonbhadra in Uttar Pradesh. Nehru said so in the 1960s during the inauguration of the Rihand Dam in Sonbhadra, which was a momentous occasion for this region. But those of you who are surprised by the answer are quite justified in feeling so. This area has hardly lived up to its name, and despite the many rivers, hills, and waterfalls, it is better known today for being one of the poorest and most polluted areas of the country. District Sonbhadra, situated in the state of Uttar Pradesh, is the only district in India to be bordered by four states: Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Bihar. It is the second largest district of the state and the only one in UP to have a majority tribal population. Sonbhadra is rich in minerals and made headlines in February 2020 when the local district mining office declared that they had found evidence of up to 3,000 tons of gold in the area, which is 5 times India's current reserves of the yellow metal. The gold rush of Sonbhadra grabbed everyone's attention. But the limelight was short lived, and in a few days, the Geological Survey of India dismissed the claim as being a work of fantasy. While the idea of finding so much gold was attractive for us, it could have proved to be a nightmare for the local tribes, who have regularly faced displacement from their homes and loss of land due to industrialization and rampant and illegal mining activity in the area. Sonbhadra and its neighbor Singrauli in Madhya Pradesh are also rich in coal deposits. This has led to various power plants being set up, making the area so critical to the country's electricity generation that just these two districts combined are often referred to as the energy capital of India. Ironically, though, despite the power production and the minerals around, the area is amongst the poorest and the worst polluted in the country. The tribes here, which were once considered the healthiest in the world, are today suffering from various health problems, and their children are being born with deformities. It is claimed that most people in Singrauli do not live beyond 55 years of age, which is appalling, given that this was the average life expectancy of the country 27 years back in 1983, and today it stands at 70 years. When I read about mining, especially in coal mines, I always wonder how deep these mines actually go. My fascination stems from the time when my grandfather mentioned to me years ago that India and the United States of America are almost at opposite ends of the world. I wondered for a long time whether it was possible to dig through a tunnel from Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh, where I live, to Odessa in Texas, where my uncle lives. This was, of course, a childhood fantasy. I recently found out that the deepest mine in the world, located in South Africa, is about 4 kilometers deep. To put that in perspective, it can accommodate almost 5 buildings as tall as the Burj Khalifa of Dubai, which is the tallest building in the world. On the other hand, the deepest hole drilled into the earth was in Russia in 1970, known as the Kola Super Deep Bore. After 19 years of drilling, in 1989, the Russians reached a depth of about 12.3 kilometers, after which the temperatures reached an unexpected 180 degrees Celsius and did not permit any further drilling. This distance is more than the height of Mount Everest, which is about 8.8 kilometers tall, or even the Mauna Kea, which is about 10 kilometers in height. It is also deeper than the deepest point in the oceans, namely the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. But the Earth's outermost layer, or the crust itself, is about 100 kilometers thick at places, and the core is more than 6,000 kilometers inside. So with the 12-kilometer hole, we have barely managed to scratch the surface.